The first time Hugh McLaughlin and I ran a 55-gallon T-Lud, I realized I needed to fire a retort with that thing, as I can easily generate endless dry stock for retorts, and I have a good supply of 30-gallon drums with banded lids that we can flip over into place and drop a 55-gallon shroud over. But the assembly and disassembly of my prototype proved challenging for a little guy like me. Meanwhile, my early assumption that shredded pallet wood that I had to haul in my old Nissan pickup would be the best and perhaps only stock with a low enough moisture content for the big T-Lud was proven wrong by many successful runs with the free and ubiquitous wood chips often looking for a home in our neck of the woods. But would this all work in the cold and snow?
Biochar. So I lit it maybe 10 minutes ago, and I'm going full speed ahead with my two boilers, primary and secondary. And it was clean from the beginning. The T-Lud is full of just air-dried wood chips, unknown moisture content, and the retort, the 30-gallon retort on top, is full of sticks. And I'm expecting this to take another hour. Well, I went inside to download a disc, and I'm going too strong here. See what I can do to slow this down a bit, because you'll see flame out the top. I need to get that back down. I'm going to turn the fan off. So both primary and secondary fans just running natural draft. And this T-Lud is about a third of the way down. Hot third of the way down. Okay, I've been running about 20-25 minutes now, and I let it go back to natural draft. And I don't like it. It slowed down a little too much, so I'm going to speed up the primary again. And I have my 30-gallon retort sitting on top of the pipe and some angle. And I can just rest it there, and then shroud around it. I can drop it on easily. That piece goes on easy. I'm still using a ladder for the chimney. Here are some compost piles that have biochar layered into them. And I have my tubs of char on top that I will be pouring buckets of urine through the winter. Thinking might even break up the char a little bit. Even though we've had sub-zero nights, it's cooking along. Here's some cooking, different kind of cooking. Stretching the flame around the retort from the T-Lud and the combined gases. You come in here. This is my control for the fan speed. The fan is a blower motor out of an old pickup truck. So my primary air fan is giving it a gentle push. It's been running very cleanly now, like 40 minutes. And the snow is making it easy to tell when the T-Lud is done. And we're getting very close. I'm going to have to add a spy hole to see the bottom of the retort. It's a refinement it needs to have. Flame is still just beautifully wrapped around the retort all the way. There's nothing more coming out of that retort. The T-Lud is finished.
put the chimney on.
All right.
It's the one thing I can't do.
Igor, put the chimney on. The big one?
Yeah, and
Which
your
end up?
right hand is down.
Okay.
And if you put it on there carefully and center it, it'll actually kind of almost like lock in place.
All right.
This is the only thing I use the ladder for on this.
Do it. You're centered. So what's its name? This here is a short stack, man. You're not a big stack.
No. So this we've added enough confusion already.
All right. So the
It's a
V4.
Jolly Roger version 2 or
I see.
2B or something. I mean, yeah, I don't think we need to make.
We
up
don't need to
another
go
name. Oh well, I
beyond.
mean, it's a retort over a T-Lud.
Yeah.
It-
A
it-
rat. Or a tar. But rat's the preferred name.
Okay.
Advanced rats technology.
Now everyone understands where these crazy names come from.
I'm convinced of that.
Yeah, I
Don't insulate raw steel because it needs to cool to
Yeah.
keep itself alive. It
So-
has to protect itself.
So mine.
Man, I got a sport that every kid in America is going to take up.
Are you having fun?
I am.
Are you trying to see if it'll?
Well, I got one in so far. It makes this exploding sound when it lands in the heat.
Ah, it makes some steam.
Activated. We're activating our char.
All right. So instead of just saturating it with water,
No.
I'm saturating it with urine.
Right,
I'm
which
pouring
doesn't
buckets of
freeze as
urine.
easily.
And you watch even when it's freezing cold out here, you can watch the urine soak right up into the char. This could be a really, I'm trying to think if there's some advantages in terms of charging up the char with the urine in a freeze-thaw cycle. Why not?
I think
Let's speculate here.
They are two different directions. I think the advantage of the urine is across the board. The real concept is don't beat yourself up to make these things, talcum powder.
No, no,
You put
I
them in
don't.
the soil, over time they will break down.
Yeah.
And a lot of the efficacy of
Yeah.
biochar is realized in large particles.
Yeah.
The big issue is whether you want to get the earthworms to pass it through their gut, and they'll only do that if they can swallow.
Right. And when I chop this,
Right.
I'll come up here with a shovel in a while.
You'll chop it up
and
with a
I'll
blade.
chop it down. But I mean, all these tubs are holes in the bottom. So they
Yeah,
don't
so
they don't
you're
hold.
getting the fines to wash
I
out.
get the fines to wash out.
Oh yeah, very easily.
That will pass
very
through a worm's
nicely.
gut. And no better inoculation than passing through an animal's gut, and this is certainly the easiest animal to deal with. I mean, if I had chickens, I suppose I'd be feeding biochar to my chickens. But the worms are the animal that I have in abundance, and so I'm feeding my worms. Like I said, the only reason this is up like this is just so you can see that
see the flow down
you can
through.
see the black liquid coming
So
out.
the other barrel is more typical, in which it just
Yeah,
sits.
it's just sitting on
It
top
just
of the
sits
bottom.
on top
Right.
with the perforated bottom.
Oh,
and
look. See this guy. Whoa! He's got very excited. When I think he jumped out because of the water coming in. But if you dig in here, though, it's just full of those guys.